Ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure to introduce Band from 65 international territories.
Hi there, and welcome to 360GamerCast, the world's #1 British gaming podcast.
This is 360G.
Hello and welcome to episode 1 of 360GamerCast for Tuesday the 22nd of October 2019. I'm your host Mark Webb, gamertag Piss on D, Steam ID, Webby317, and joining me today is...
I don't know which way I should introduce myself, but the former Carl 360, now 5 large fries.
Did get a bit of deja vu.
I know, right?
I know, man. I mean, what year did we first record episode 1 of 360G?
Oh, I think I must have still been 17, so it must have been 2007?
Yeah, that sounds about right. 2007, 2008, around...
Oh, God. It might have even been earlier than that, I feel.
I'm pretty sure it was 2007, but I've got recordings. I mean, when I tried to figure out the year we started, when I started saying the dates, it was 2008, so I'm pretty sure it...
Yeah, I'm sure I was either 16 or 17, because I know it was... We did it for a little while before I turned 18, and then we're talking about all the times I'll go to the pub and like, yeah, it must have been 2000, must have been really late 2007, because I think if I remember rightly, it was either just before or just after you had won the competition to go to like the Halo thing.
Oh, yeah, that's thing. Right. Yep.
I'm sure it was either just before or just after that. So, and obviously Halo 3 came out 2007.
Okay, I reckon it must have been 2008 then.
Maybe 2008, but...
Very early. No, February 2008, I'm sure of it.
No, it couldn't have been, because like, I would have turned 18 in February. So
okay.
Must have been 2007.
Fucking hell. That's... bloody hell. Wow.
No. That's
So, dude, I mean, and we were supposed to have Uncle Math on today as well, but, you know, as the usual 360G fashion, someone doesn't fucking turn up, and he's the person, so that's fine. Me and Carl will hold the fort, but, yeah, you know, it's been a bit of a roller coaster, really, because, you know, 360G was, you know, it lasted a long time, and then... You know, when the Xbox 360 era ended, we thought, you know, that we need to change the name up, right? Because 360, you know, was all about the Xbox 360, right? We just thought we needed a name change to...
Mojo, wasn't it? Mojo Radio?
Yeah, so then we changed to Mojo Radio, which was all Headcase's idea, actually. It was, you know, his name changed and he did all the art. And, yeah, you know, he did a really good job there, to be honest. But... To be fair, you know, we had a wild ride during the Mojo era, but it just never felt the same.
Yeah, I think I know what you mean. Like, once you change the name, it kind of feels like it loses part of its identity in a way.
Yeah, so it lost its identity slightly, and also the community changed a lot as well, because obviously the era ended and a lot of people went... people went onto various different platforms. They didn't stay on the Xbox platform. People went over to PlayStation 4 as well, and other people went on to PC gaming. You know, especially with the PlayStation and Xbox One, the PS4 and Xbox One, there was just a big divide. And I don't think it helped with Microsoft. Like when they were announcing like the Xbox One, they were the whole DRM thing, and like, you know, just they shot themselves in the foot completely with that, and Sony like capitalized on it like big time. And that's probably where the huge divide came from, because, like, I think going back, like, I mean, it came out, 2013? I was still quite young in a way. I was, like, 23.
So I still had that bias a little bit towards Xbox,
Yeah,
even though
same.
even though like they had fucked up majorly, I was still biased towards them. And then like knowing what I know now, like if I was to take my knowledge and like my experience, like life experience from now to back then, I probably would have sided with PlayStation.
Yeah. You know, and this generation's been an interesting generation, to be honest, because obviously last gen, fucking hell, going back a lot of years now, aren't we? The Xbox 360 was underpowered compared to the PS3, but you know, Xbox Live just was its own thing. You know, it was just very community based, and everyone enjoyed gaming online together. You would turn on your Xbox 360 and all your mates would all be playing Call of Duty or Halo, and you just jump in and have a blast. Whereas this gen, it's been very different. It's, you know, you turn on your Xbox and everyone's playing different games. There's just so much choice out there, and I found it harder to find a solid set of people to play the same games with this gen. And I think a part of that as well as we've all got a bit older and life, you know, family lives, etc. But I think it has been a struggle for most people as well, because it's just been, there's just so much choice, you know, and certain games have come to the forefront of popularity, you know, like Fortnite and Apex Legends. It's all these battle royale games, isn't it? They seem to be the multiplayer games of choice this gen, which I think that's quite interesting. My opinion is PUBG and Apex are the top tier. PUBG for me is god tier of those battle royale games. I know a lot of people will disagree with me, but I like that game so much. I spent a lot of time on that. But so anyway, going back to Mojo. So I ended Mojo. That was dead for a little while, a few months, and then I thought, you know what, I'll start something that's just myself. So I started Mark's Gaming Den.
Yep.
You know, and that went quite well, actually. You know, I quite enjoyed that, Carl, to be honest. It was, you know, I had a good laugh.
It's refreshing.
You know, but then, yeah, you know, and I had the YouTube channel going, but I felt, after a while, I just felt it was a little bit self-centered to call a podcast after me. And I also was just like, it's not just a cool name. It's not, you know, something that just encompasses what I want to do, because the Gaming Den, you know, with that name, it's kind of like, oh, it's someone's den and they're going to talk about their arcades and various other things. I just kind of, you know, I stopped enjoying it, and I had a few other things going on behind the scenes and that, and I just kind of lost my mojo, really. And so I had a bit of a breakdown, to be honest, a bit of a mental breakdown, and I just deleted the feed, so all those podcasts are just not available anymore, which is a bit of a shame.
I was about to say that is a shame, because I feel like you should always have an archive of the things that you've done, even if like you get into that sort of mind frame where you're like, actually, I didn't really enjoy that, or you look back at it and think, oh, that's kind of cringeworthy. It's always nice to have that there, because you can look back on it and then work from that and then go, okay, so that didn't work. You know, maybe I can look at what didn't work and like take those bits out.
I mean, the only saving grace is I have an archive of all the 360G episodes, the original ones, which is fine.
Oh, yeah.
But I don't have anything of any of the Mojo ones or the Mark's Gaming Den, so they've all kind of been lost to history now. Because once I deleted that feed of Leibsin, who are my podcast providers, they all just disappeared off the internet.
Oh, bloody hell. Well, that's not good.
No, you know, but it gives me an opportunity to start something fresh, carry on with the 360G name. But obviously, it's on a brand new feed now, so I'm still waiting for the Apple feed to go live. That's going to take about a week or so. But there is if you pump the RSS feed in, which I'm sure people are doing if they're listening, you know, podcast apps will find it. And I believe it's searchable on a couple of podcast apps already now as well. It just takes time. It just takes time for the RSS feed, to propagate around the internet and for these catchers to pick it up.
Yeah, definitely.
So that's all it is. So, and it's been a long time since I've done that. Obviously, you know, a lot of years, like you're talking like 12 or 13 years since I originally done that. So I was having to doing a bit of research and start it all from fresh and all of that. So, but it's nice to be starting from fresh again and just pick up people from the get-go, really. It would have been nice to, you know, have people on the who subscribe to the old feed see it refresh again, but you know, hindsight's really a wonderful thing, right? Hindsight's a wonderful thing. It's just one of those things I can't do. So I'm going to have to rely on word of mouth and people, you know, following me on social media to pick up on the podcast again.
To be honest, you have built quite a decent following as well and a decent community, and I think word of mouth will spread pretty quickly.
No, you know, and I really appreciate that. I mean, I'm recording the EGX special next week, but I just want to give a shout out to everyone who turned up, because obviously the podcast hasn't been going for a while, and we went to the pub on the Friday and about 20 people turned up, which was a really good turnout. We had a really good laugh, and you know, it was really, really good. So it was really nice to see. So that's really good. The Facebook group is very popular. It's got over 500 members, which is awesome. And that's always very active. Obviously, Twitter's very active. But I want to give a shout out to the Discord as well, because the Discord is really, really cool way of keeping in touch with people, having party chats on there if you're playing various different platforms. So I'll put a link to that in the show notes. But also, I've rebuilt the website, Carl.
Wait, what?
Yeah, the website's back up. So
I need to see this. Is it 360G?
360GamerCast.com. If you go to that, the website's back up. I did that last week.
Damn.
Yeah, man. Well, I was reminiscing a little bit, mate, because if you go to the waybackmachine.com and you search for 360GamerCast, it's archived the old website.
Oh, bloody hell.
Yeah, so it's really interesting seeing all the old articles and all of that we were writing. So, you know, I brought back quite a lot of cool memories. So I thought, you know what, I'll pay for some hosting and I'll get the website live again, because I've always paid to keep the name, because I never wanted to lose it.
Yeah, no, exactly. That's a really cool name as well.
Yeah, so the website's now live, 360gamercast.com. It's even got a forum for people to put the cat pictures in, which is really cool. But it's mainly just, it's got a podcast page where it's got a radio player on there. So if you can't find the show, you can listen to it on there. And it's got, you know, just a page if you want to donate to help me pay for the hosting and the website hosting. In total, just want to be, you know, outright with people. The podcast hosting is $20 a month on Libsyn, and the website hosting is around £16 a month.
Yeah, so that's quite a lot of money as well. Like, to be coming out your back pocket, like,
yeah. So, you know, if I could just get that covered every month, that would be amazing. I will update people on how much is being donated at the minute. So when you click on the donate button, you can choose to just do a one-off payment or do like a subscription, which is cool. So, you know, if you wanted to do that. I've had one donation so far from David Griffiths. So big shout out to you. Thank you very much. Sent me £3. So every penny counts, as they say. So, you know, if every single listener donated £1, that would be nuts. So just putting it out there.
Insane.
Yeah. So yeah, so that's cool, man. You know, I'm glad the website's back. I'm really happy about that, and you know, I'm gonna try my utmost to keep 360G going as long as possible, but it's going to be a different format as well, mate. So we're going to be pushing out the show every 2 weeks. So it's fortnightly, just to give me a little bit of a break. But the week off is reserved, so it's either reserved for rest, so there'll be nothing, or we're going to be doing on that interim week just a shorter show, say 20 minutes, just with a topic or about a game, so like a game special, or if there's something big in the news, we'll do a quick show about that. You know, so it gives something for people to look forward to on those interim weeks.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is really cool, and something that's just a bit different, right? So you know, the main show will be, you know, just the usual, you know, what we've been playing and what we've been up to and all that usual crap, and then the interim weeks just having a topic or game. I think that's a pretty cool idea. So yes, that's what we're gonna do.
That typing you heard, by the way, that's me chucking you 10 quid on a donation.
Oh, Carl, you're awesome, man. Thank you very much.
Just to get the ball rolling, you know. Let's go.
Be like Carl. That's it. Thank you very much,
I hope
my
that's
dude.
come through.
I'll be able to tell you in a minute. We'll have a look.
Yeah. But no, it's really cool. It'd be nice to get like some gamer nights going as well. Like, so one week you'll have like, you know, the podcast to look forward to, and then the next week you'll have like some gamer nights to look forward to, and everything like that, like a big community thing.
Yeah, so the plan is, because the main reason why the original show started was because I wanted to get a community together of like-minded people to just have fun gaming together. And I know that I've fallen off Xbox quite a bit and I've moved over to PC quite hard. But, you know, with all the cross-play on games, especially with Call of Duty coming out on Friday, I think it's a great opportunity to get people together. So... And what's quite funny, Carl, is I remember in the first show of 360G, on the original, the game we talked about was Call of Duty Modern Warfare. And funnily enough, guess what game is coming out on Friday? Call of Duty Modern Warfare, a reimagining.
Almost. So I was about to say, it's almost like fate has like set this all in stone. Yeah, that's bloody cool. And like now I'm in like a completely different position as well. So like before, I think when it was coming out, I was still working at like a supermarket. I won't name names because, you know,
Tesco. Yeah.
And now I'm in a completely different position, a new job, getting paid like incredible amount of money. Not going to say how much because, you know, that's kind of a taboo thing, but everything's going really well for me now. So. Yeah,
that's good, man. Yeah, I mean, life's changed a lot. You know, it's a lot of years. You know, I was a single man at the time when I started the original show and living on my own.
Still single here now.
Yeah,
me.
I'm married. I'm married now. I've got my boy is 2 in December. So,
fucking hell, that's gone quick.
I know, big life changing stuff has happened, and you know, a lot of people have had a lot of stuff happen, and but. What's interesting to me is podcasting. I thought it's kind of died, but it seems to be becoming more popular these days. But what I find interesting, the thing that used to keep me going was, so listen out for this, people. I really want to hear from you. Is when people sent me emails or messages. If you want to send me a message, actually, you can send an email to 360GamerCast@gmail.com, or if you go to the website, there's a contact us button, and it will send a message directly to my email address. What's really cool is when people used to send emails or iTunes reviews or whatever to read out on the show, and they, you know, just praising, but saying where they were in the world, like. You know, I remember people sending us messages saying, you know, I'm a truck driver in America and I drive all around the country and I listen to you guys on my journeys. It's something I really look forward to. You know, stuff like that. You know, it really hits home. Wow, there's people in all corners of the world listening to my voice. It's actually a crazy thought if you think about it.
Yeah, I mean, like... We had, I mean, we still do have people from, like, as far as away as, like, Australia, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if we had some Russian people...
some Russian hackers.
I don't know what that means, but I know it's, like, a thing they always say online. It's probably, like, really fucking rude. Wait, am I allowed to swear? I can't even remember.
That's fine. Yeah, so, you know, I did... It's a shame that math kind of disappeared, because I've been talking to him this week. I hadn't actually spoken to him for years, and I managed to get hold of him, and I said, look, I'm doing this show. I'm doing the show again, and I thought it'd be really nice for the first show to be you and Carl, because you were kind of the two originals.
Yeah.
And he said to me, yeah, no worries, and we were even talking this afternoon. And he hasn't freaking turned up, has he?
I mean, in fairness, you can kind of pin that one down on me, because I said, like, beginning of this week, in fact, I was like, oh, yeah, I'll be ready for 4 o'clock. And then, like, bang on, like, Sunday, so the day we're recording now, I was like, oh, yeah, can we push it a little bit further to, like 5:30 kind of thing? And I think that might have been kind of the thing. Maybe
it's all Cole's fault.
Fright.
All Cole's fault, yep.
Always my fault. Always my fault.
Yeah. So, Cole, anyway, about Call of Duty, are you going to be picking it up on Friday?
Already got it waiting to install, mate.
Are you getting it on Xbox?
Well, kind of got it ready for PlayStation, but there's crossplay on it now.
It's crossplay, it's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm really looking forward to that, and I think be a really good way to do some community nights. So I'm picking it up on PC, but I will be playing it with the controller on the PC, because when I played the beta, if I used a mouse and keyboard, it wouldn't match me with anyone on console.
No.
So I'm guessing that's how it works.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Or like have a controller plugged in, and then like the moment the match loads up, it's like,
no, you can't do it, mate. It won't work. I tried that in the beta.
Evil.
Yeah. So, but what I'm hoping is if I can use my keyboard and mouse, and then get a friend, like a game request from you, for example, then I'll be the only one in the game with a mouse and keyboard just poning everyone. Yes.
That go, definitely.
Do it. It's got to be done.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't believe, like, now that you said that, like, when we were talking about Modern Warfare in the very first episode, now we're talking about it again.
I know.
That's so weird.
I know. It's crazy.
Yeah. I tell you what, talking about, like, crazy and stuff like that, I've been playing a little game called Plants vs. Zombies Battle for Neighborville.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I fucking love it, mate. So you look at it and you think, oh, this is actually because where it is all like bright colors, looks very like a child's game in a way, but like you play it and it's like it feels like much more like someone like myself. I mean, I'm getting close to 30 now. I mean, next year I will be 30.
Oh, bloody hell, Carl! What's happened?
Yeah, I know.
Oh my God! What's happened to us?
Mate, don't make me feel old now.
We're old men.
But like, you look at it and you think, oh, this is actually like a kid's game. It's not going to be my kind of thing. But when you play it, it's actually really well balanced. The characters are like really fun. Like, it's just got like this cuteness to it in a way, which is quite. I don't know what the word would be, but it's in captivating. Maybe I'm trying to speak like really posh with this. But yeah, like there's a load of like customization in terms of like making your plants or your zombies look like really like silly and like really cool, different like costumes, and none of that is like, as far as I've seen so far, there's none of this like microtransaction stuff with it. It's all, you earn coins in the game and you use those coins on a little like those like machines where you twist it and a little capsule comes out.
Oh yeah.
It's kind of like one of those. You put like 30k coins in there and then like a little capsule comes out and you get your cosmetic from that. And you can't buy those coins, you have to earn them. So yeah, it's really interesting. And then like like if any of you have played like Garden Warfare or Garden Warfare 2 especially, there used to be like variants. So like you get like the pea shooter one, but then you could get like the pea shooter one with, and it would change the way it looks. So it would be like, it would look all like electrified, and then that would do like electric damage, and it would be like more powerful than the base one. There's none of that in like this new one, like BFN. It's all down to like your cosmetics are just purely cosmetics. It doesn't change like the variants and stuff like that. But you have like a in a way, it's like a Call of Duty like perk system. So it's like a pick 7, and like each perk has like a certain cost. So it'd be like some are 4, some are like 3, some are 2, and all that.
Yeah.
And you basically use those to make your like 7 slots essentially.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it's really,
I
really
think
well
Stunty's
done.
been playing it as well because he loves all the Plants vs Zombie stuff. So he has mentioned it to me. It's not really my sort of thing. I prefer more kind of realistic shooters, but I'm glad you're having fun with it.
Yeah, I mean, like if you can get it on the cheap, like it's definitely worth a go because it's just such a unique game in a way in terms of how it is. And I'll tell you what, my niece, she loves it. She fucking loves it. She comes in, she sees like the one that does all the flames. She's like laughing her ass off. She loves that kind of stuff. So yeah,
Nice.
no, it's good game.
I'll tell you what, like having a kid hasn't stopped me gaming at all, mate. Since I got, because I built a PC a couple of years ago, mate. I'm just gaming all the time. It's a bit of an addiction, to be honest. I've been playing Grid, the new Grid. I've been playing Control. I've been.
Is that any good? Like I've heard mixed things about that.
Which one?
Control.
Yeah, so I picked up Control and I've played it for about 3 or 4 hours. But
bless you.
It I love Remedy games. I usually absolutely love them, but
yeah,
for some reason I just can't seem to get into Control, and I don't know what it is because everyone I've spoken to who's played it has nothing but good things to say. But I don't know if it's the location, because the location all seems to be just in this one building, and in its usual kind of weird Remedy way, you go into this like alternate universe at times, which is very odd. And it's something I should be really enjoying, but I don't know if I'm just not in the right frame of mind, or I've got too many other games on the go, or what. I don't know. So I've kind of put it down for a little while just to come back to it at a later date.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it's third person shooting. The shooting's okay. Then your character gets these powers later on as well. I mean, the story's quite cool, but it is very weird in a typical rare Remedy way.
Okay.
Yeah. So, Grid's okay as well. It's not too bad, but I would say it's lost its way since the original.
Right. Okay.
It feels very lifeless. There's not. Do you remember the original Grid when you're just on the main menu and you see your car in the garage and the dude is talking to you, etc. Whereas in this, it's just like a menu with a bunch of different races, with loads of different races you need to do to get to the championship on that kind of car class, and it just feels very lifeless. Yeah, and all that. There's not many different tracks, and there's not many different cars. I mean, the graphics are great, and the handling's really cool, but it just gets boring very quick, which is a bit of a shame. So yeah, that's quite sad. But the one game I did pick up, which has been getting awful reviews, which I'm really enjoying, Carl, is Ghost Recon Breakpoint.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So
okay. So I got to say, first of all, like, I'm really curious about this game because I've heard some really awful things about it being very like pay to win in a way.
Yeah. So
it's interesting to see what you think of this, because that might sway me into buying it.
Yeah, so the thing that I want to say is that it's not pay to win at all. And this is what I was worried about after seeing all the video reviews and the reviews, etc.
Yeah, because you're like a pretty big Ghost Recon fan.
Yeah, and what I will say is this is nothing like the original Ghost Recon games at all.
Oh, really?
No, because you remember the old Ghost Recon Advanced Warfighters. They were really good. They were very realistic. They weren't open world or anything like that. It was just mission to mission to mission, right? And the online multiplayer was freaking awesome. Did you play Wildlands at all?
Honestly, no.
Okay, so for those people listening, it's like Wildlands. So it's basically on this open world island, and you're kind of stranded on there, and you then have to kill this dude. And there's other backstory behind it, but I don't really want to spoil it. And it does remind me a little bit. You can see that where the inspirations have come from other Ubisoft games. So Assassin's Creed and The Division are prime examples for me that I think they're trying to make a little bit of a meld of it. Because one thing that is a little bit of a letdown to me is it's very much like The Division, where you pick up weapons and it's all about your gear score. I'm like, what the fuck is a gear score doing in a Ghost Recon game? That makes no freaking sense to me at all. You know, your ghosts, you have a gun, you should just be able to shoot dudes and that's it.
Yeah.
So that's very frustrating. And where you can see where you can pay real money is there's a shop in your base in the game, and you can use real money to buy these credits to buy weapons and weapon skins and like hats and jackets and stuff for your dude.
Okay.
But you don't need to do that. So all the weapons and all the attachments you can earn just from playing the single player game. You find them in chests in different areas or by doing certain missions and stuff. So I haven't spent any money and I've got loads of great weapons. And even the add-on clothing can be found within the game. So that's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then because I've been playing quite a lot of the PvP and I was a bit worried about that, but you know, gear level doesn't come into force on the PvP, so whatever guns you have, just use whatever guns you want. They all do the same amount of damage, you know, so that's fine. So the PvP is really fun. I'm really enjoying that, and the campaign is cool, but it is definitely more fun played in co-op.
Okay, yeah, no, I can see that being the kind of game that co-op is the way to go.
Yeah, and you know, I've enjoyed playing it in co-op, and you know, I've got a few friends on PC who I've been gaming with on that, and you know, it's been a lot of fun. I've really enjoyed it, and there is a raid coming to this as well soon.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's gone full on like Division/Destiny, getting a freaking raid. It's crazy. But what I wanted to say, Carl, was I didn't actually buy this game. I subscribed to Uplay Plus for a month.
Okay.
So for those of you who don't know, Uplay Plus is on PC only. It's a subscription-based service where you get every single Ubisoft game that's available on the PC for $12.99 a month. And all the games that you get are the ultimate editions of all their games. So you get to play them, you know, like the 3 or 4 days early. You get all the season passes included and everything. So you don't need to spend any more money apart from that. So
right,
I mean, yeah, it's quite pricey because if you think, you know, that's $12.99 a month for just the Ubisoft games, whereas Game Pass is a similar price, right? And you get Xbox Live Gold with that, and you get the ultimate editions of all the Microsoft games, like you did with Gears, for example. You start to think, hang on a minute, how often does Ubisoft bring out games? You know, and how many of those are of good quality?
Yeah,
exactly. So you just got to think to yourself, would I buy, you know, 2 or more Ultimate Editions of games a year? You know, and if that's a no, it's not really worth doing. But I didn't really want to pay 40 or 50 quid for Ghost Recon at launch. I just wanted to experience it for a month. So I'll probably just cancel my subscription at the end of the month, to be honest. But, you know, I am really enjoying it, so I might end up just buying the game.
Yeah, no,
to be honest,
don't blame you. To be honest,
because the thing is, I mean, I don't have a super duper high spec PC. I've got a 1070, which is kind of a mid range of last gen's graphics cards, and the game runs really really well.
So I'll beat you by 10.
Oh, you got a 1080?
Yeah, I got 1080.
Nice. So yeah, you know, it runs really, really well. So yeah, I'm really happy with it. Yeah. So I've been fuck me. I've just been playing. I don't want to go into everything I've been playing because I'll be here forever. But another game I did want to mention though in this week's show is Destiny 2, because Destiny 2 is extremely popular within the community at the moment on all platforms. I've got friends playing it on PS4, Xbox and PC at the minute. Destiny moving to Steam was a great move. Coming off the Blizzard store, great move, because you know, Steam, seeing all my Steam friends playing it, it just makes it so much easier to jump into games with people, etc. You know, so yeah.
Well, you could tell more like thought went into this, and you can see where Activision had their claws in.
Yeah,
like the whole like being able to cross save now, like that was a whole thing Activision like refused them to do.
Yeah,
because they wanted to make as much sales as possible. So like if you had friends on say like Xbox and you have friends on PS4, they forced you to basically pay for it on both consoles.
Yeah.
Which you don't have to do anymore because it's free to play now. Like Destiny 2 and I think it's all the Year 1 DLC, I think it's all free.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah. Yeah, and I just wanted to mention, I've been enjoying Destiny. I've had a lot of fun with it, but I've got to that point where I don't have a group of people that I regularly play it with, so I've kind of fallen off it because there's only so much you can do on that game on your own. You really need a group of people to play with to make it worthwhile. I've not done the raid yet. I've not done these dungeons yet. So I kind of need... There's content that I still want to do, but it's getting that group of people together.
Are you playing on PC by any chance?
Yes, playing Steam,
okay.
yeah.
I got it. Yeah, I was going to say, I got it downloaded on there. Cross-save as well, so all my shit from PlayStation's on there. I just need to buy the DLC and then I've got everything again, so...
Yeah. I mean, I picked up the DLC. It was like 20 quid on CD keys or something, so...
That's not bad.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty decent. I've had a lot of fun with it. It runs really smooth on PC. So, yeah, if you want me to... Even if you want to hook up, I'm up for that. That'd be good fun.
Yeah. Get some raids on the go. Like,
that's it.
I'm sure there's plenty of people in the same position in this community where they've not got many people to play with, or they've got just a few amount like needed, so that like 2 people off or 3 people off, like being able to do the raids. So
if
you're on PC and you want to do the raids, hit us up.
Yep.
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Yeah, get building those PCs, people. Come on, it's like next gen already.
Exactly.
So just talking about next gen very quickly, Carl. Are you excited?
I mean, yes and no. Like, I feel like what will end up happening is these new consoles will probably be a little bit lower spec than what we're currently on. So, like, I reckon you're probably looking maybe close to a 970, I think.
I mean, I've been reading a lot of stuff, man. So obviously the new Xbox and PlayStation are, pretty much the same specs, right? It's all AMD, that's Navi stuff. And apparently they're going to be pushing out 4K, 60 FPS on all their games. I can't
see that on a console.
I can't fucking see that. And also, they might be going up to 8K.
Nah, I can't see that happening. Like on, because PCs alone, like if me and you try to like push 4K 60 frames a second, like our graphics card would overheat and they're like,
they would just, I wouldn't be able to do it. I mean, even a 2080 Ti can't even do that, and that's a £1,000 graphics card. So this is where I'm kind of confused. I'm waiting to see what these consoles can actually do, because it's interesting because AMD haven't got any equivalent graphics cards out on PC yet that can even do that. So I don't know where they're magically going to be able to make these specs, and if these consoles can do these specs, they're going to be fucking expensive. Don't expect them to be sub 500.
I mean, if they sell them, they're going to be selling them at a loss, like regardless.
Yeah,
but I can see them being like at launch. I reckon you're probably looking at 600, 700, something like that.
So, that's where I'm at with it. I mean, I'm excited, but I won't be buying an Xbox next gen because obviously all the Xbox games can be played on PC anyway. I'm still paying for Xbox Live anyway, so I can still chat to all my friends. I'll be interested to see where PlayStation goes next gen because obviously they're all about, it's all about the exclusives on that platform, right? So, very interesting.
Well, they announced recently... sorry to interrupt. They announced recently that all their PS4 games will be backwards compatible with the PS5. So,
yeah, well, I did see another rumor, Carl, that the PS5 will be able to play PS1, 2, 3, and 4 games.
See, that would be cool.
Yeah,
like, if they do that, that'd be amazing.
Yeah, that would be amazing. So we'll see if that happens. I mean, the next Xbox, I think it's going to be a cool system, but I'd say if you've got PC, there is no point. I'm very tempted by this new controller that's coming out next month, though.
The Elite one?
The Elite V2. Oh, it looks awesome. The price tag does put me off, though, but adjustable thumbsticks is a cool thing.
Oh, yeah. Like,
how much is it? It's £160.
Fucking hell.
Yeah. It's a lot of money.
Jesus, 160.
Yeah, I know.
For a controller.
I know, it's redonk, isn't it? I know.
That's fucking insane.
Crazy.
I'm going to buy it. Fuck it. Oh, dear.
Yeah.
Going back to the whole community night thing,
Yep.
I'm thinking of something like really nerdy that we could do, that we could also possibly have done as a live stream, possibly, I don't know. Dungeons and Dragons.
Dungeons. Oh my god. That is super nerdy.
It's super nerdy, but you can't deny it. It's pretty fucking cool.
I've never played, mate, so I wouldn't really know how to do it.
You are missing out.
So you'd have to be the dungeon master.
Oh, fucking hell. I'm terrible. Nah, it's pretty easy. I mean, there's some online tools you can like look at as well, but like it's really fun. You make your character. There's a lot of role play to it and stuff like that. I mean, you don't have to like be super into that kind of stuff, but like combat wise, it's pretty fun. It's all like turn based and like moving around, making sure you're in the right spot, making sure like your spells, or like if you're not into the spell casting, like making sure you're in the right spot, making sure you're in the right spot so that you're avoiding shit, and it's really, really fucking good. Like,
okay, sounds interesting.
The one thing I would say, like, what is really enjoyable, technically it'd be every Friday night for us, like Friday morning, but like every Thursday, there's a show called Critical Role. Don't know if you ever heard of that.
No.
Well, it's a bunch of voice actors that have done like there's you got Laura Bailey, there's Matt Mercer, all those kinds of people. Matt Mercer and Laura Bailey famously doing McCree from Overwatch, and you've got what's that chick's name from fucking World of Warcraft? I know my brother would kill me for not knowing this.
Tiny Tina.
No. Main character.
I don't know.
Fuck. Shit. Trying to think. What is it? It's this is gonna haunt me. I'm gonna have to look it up. Give me a second. Laura Bailey. Wow. Character. Jaina Proudmoore. Of course it is. Fucking how did I not know that? Yeah, Jaina Proudmoore.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, they do like all kinds of voice acting and stuff, but they do a show called Critical Role where they play Dungeons and Dragons, and it's just so entertaining. It lasts for about like 3-4 hours a show, but yeah, so good. Like if you're looking to see like the whole how it's played and everything else, that's definitely one to watch. Like if you've never watched it, definitely go and watch that. It's fucking entertaining.
Cool.
But yeah, I was probably thinking about doing something like that, but I don't know.
Or we could just play Call of Duty, mate.
or we could just play Call of Duty.
Yeah, Call of Duty sounds like more fun.
Or Gears of War, like, you know.
I think Gears of War's kind of died, mate. It's kind of died off, I think. I don't know.
Don't say that to me. That makes me cry.
That's for me, anyway.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Like, you play it, you're done, and it's like, okay, next one. Next one.
Yeah. Wham, bam, thank you, ma'am.
Pretty much.
Yeah. So anything else you wanted to mention, Carl? Anything else you wanted to say? Is it nice to be back? Is it nice to be a bit older and to be doing the first episode of 360G all over again?
Mate, it's nostalgic. Like...
Hang on, I'm hiding upstairs away from you.
Oh, dear. Oh... That's funny.
Yeah. I bought a new gaming laptop, and I thought, I could podcast on that upstairs away from the child, and he's come and found me. Haven't you, mate?
He's a smart boy.
Yeah.
But no, it feels good to be back, man. Like, hopefully this will be like a recurring thing. Wink,
yeah,
wink.
Man. Yeah. So if we can get you back on more on the regular, Carl, it'd be amazing.
Yeah,
I know you. I know you do your streaming as well.
Mate, I'm not even gonna lie. I've not done that in ages.
Oh, have you? Haven't you?
Nah.
Hang on, mate. Sorry about that, Carl.
That's all right.
The joys of being a dad. So what I wanted to say was, It'll be a pleasure to have you on in the future. That'll be amazing. Also, what I've done on the Facebook group, for those people who are listening, there's quite a lot of community members that wish to come on and join. So I've got actually about 20 people that are down to be guests.
Bloody hell.
I know. So it's going to be quite cool. So the show, I'm gonna have some regulars. I want to have some regulars because that's really cool. But I want to get at least one community member on every recording.
See, that would be cool.
Because I think that'd be very cool, and it'll just freshen up the show a little bit, and it just gets the community a bit more involved as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so I'm drawing up a rota, an online rota, like a work rota, but obviously it isn't work. Just to put the weeks down for certain people, and if they can't make it, just to let me know, and I'll switch people around and stuff. But yeah, I think that's a really cool way of doing it, and I look forward to it.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty exciting thing to do. Like,
yeah,
then there's always someone new. Like,
yeah, that's it.
Like that, no.
Yeah, and because
variety.
And also, I think 3 people doing a podcast is kind of the golden number. You don't want any more than that because it just goes on forever. 2 people's fine because you can just have a convo. But having 3 is perfect because if one person drops out like they did today, it's fine because we can just carry on our own. So
yeah, exactly. Cool. Like, and then with like you say, with the community as well, like,
yeah,
you can always have them hop on. Like, God forbid, like the 2 people that are the regulars, off ill or like whatever.
Yeah.
They have, so you can always fill her up, so to speak.
Yeah, man.
Also, I hate my chair; it's so squeaky.
Oh, and dude, so the show will be bi-weekly, but there is going to be obviously an EGX special next week. So expect another show next week. Tell all your friends about the show. Please donate to the show if you can. Just helps my wallet a little bit. You know what it's like when you've got kids. For those of you with kids, things are tight. But I wanted to do the show and get things paid for and done properly.
Like a tiger.
Yeah. So, Carl, it's been an absolute pleasure having you back on. It's been amazing to have you on episode 1 of 360G for the second time.
I know, right?
I know. It's still a weird feeling. It really is a weird feeling. But I'm glad that we've done it. And I look forward to talking to you about more games in the future. Again. We did forget to mention why we've gone back to 360 GamerCast because people are probably thinking, well, you're not talking about Xbox 360 anymore, are you? So the motto for the show now is 360 degrees of gaming. That's what the show means. And so what 360 degrees of gaming means, it just encompasses everything about gaming: Xbox, PlayStation, Nintendo, PC, board games, even mobile phone games, everything that's just to do with gaming. That's what we're about. We love games and we love the social aspect and the communities that are built around games in general. So that's why the name's come back. We think it's really cool that we're doing it again. Big shout out to you, Cole, for coming on for episode 1 again. Absolutely brilliant to have you on. And shall we do questions? Shall we do questions before we end?
Fucking hell, question! Oh my god, this is such a nostalgia trip. Go on.
I know. We've got loads of questions. I was about to end, and then I remembered that we have questions.
It just reminds me of the good old days where you're about to.
So, Paul Johnson says, reasons why you've rebranded back to 360 GamerCast. I think I just answered that, Paul. 360 degrees of gaming.
Well, you think about it, you turn 360 degrees and you're doing a circle. So you're doing a full circle.
Yeah. Okay. Ronnie McCatty says, how will you approach the next-gen console purchase? Given this was the first console cycle to have improved machines halfway through, is your expectations that the graphical and system performance improvements will only be minimal, diminishing the wow factor? That's a really good question, Ronnie. Do you want to answer that first, Carl?
Yeah. So I think I'm gonna take it very like a backed off approach, so to speak. Take it as it comes. I guess is probably the best way of saying it. I feel like admittedly, like you say, because we had the mid-gen upgrades with the Xbox One X and the PS4 Pro, I think that might, in a way, like diminish the wow factor. I feel for me, because I feel like those are like quite noticeable upgrades in a way, like in terms of like loading speeds and things like that. The only thing I can think of is that there would have to be a graphics card in there that is better than a 1080. Like that's the only thing I can think of, but. The problem with that is if there is, then it's just going to be like, it's just going to put the price up of the console. So
yeah. For me, Carl, it's all about the games. At the end of the day, I mean, better horsepower is great. I mean, I'm one of those suckers that upgraded my PS4 to a Pro, my Xbox One X, my Xbox One to an X. And that's a lot of money, if you think, I bought an Xbox One at launch, $450, bought an Xbox One X, another $450, that's £900. Did the same with the PlayStation. You're looking at over £1,500 and £1,600 just on consoles this generation, right? That's a lot of money to be spending. And part of my thought process on building a PC was, right, I can spend that amount of money once and then upgrade a graphics card, 5 years later for like £300-400. That cost just seems more sensible to me. People think that PC gaming is really expensive. It is initially, but then when you look at it like how I've just explained it, it's actually cheaper. And when you consider that the games are half the price, you're on to a winner when you build a PC, right? But I think next gen, as I said, I won't be getting an Xbox unless they have some exclusives for the console, which that won't happen. They'll all be on PC. But PlayStation-wise, I will definitely get one, but I won't be getting one at launch. I'm going to wait at least a couple of years, because what happens, Carl, is, as we all know, a couple of years down the line, you hear rumours or a new version of the console comes out, and also there's a decent library of games that are exclusive to that console, and they're usually on sale by then as well. So it's always worth waiting, Yeah,
I would say so. But I mean, I feel like someone like myself, like, even though I say now that, I'm just going to take a backed off approach. And,
I know.
I'm going to. I'm going to buy them day one.
And I'm the same, right? Because I always said, I won't get an X, so there's no fucking point. Bought one, upgraded to a 4K TV, spent a fuckload of money, because I always like to be at the pinnacle of the gaming experience, right? And that's just how I've always been. But we'll see. This is what I want to do. Okay, Steve Somerville says, what do you think of other podcasts out there? Is there any rivalries? I listen to quite a few other podcasts. I don't think there's any rivalries at all, to be honest.
Yeah, I think that's a bit of a loaded question in a way, because that kind of makes you start thinking, who are going to be like a rival to what we do? And I feel like realistically, if you take an approach where you feel like you have rivals and things like that, then things become very bitter in a way, and you start looking at things through this sort of like through the spectacles of these people are terrible people, when in reality it's nothing like that at all. So I feel like in terms of rivals, I don't think
I don't think podcasts should be rivals. We're all talking about games. It's our hobby, and we all get along for the most part. I think, and that's what it's about.
Yeah, I think it's a good question though, in terms of like I'd probably word it like, are there any podcasts you kind of like look up to and aspire to? Would be like a good one.
Yeah.
And admittedly, for me, I don't really listen to many podcasts.
No, I mean, the only one I really listen to religiously is Giant Bomb. I always have done. I really like them. I used to listen to Sarcastic Gamer back in the day, but they
closed down.
They closed down, and Gamer Tag Radio for a point, and they're actually still going.
Bloody hell.
Yeah. So, okay, I'm going to move on because there's a lot of questions. Ben Milner says, glad to have you back as 360G. What do you think of the new Final Fantasy expansion and patch? What would you like from the next expansion? Ben, I'm going to answer this very quickly because I know most people aren't into Final Fantasy MMOs, or just MMOs in general. I really enjoyed the Final Fantasy 14 expansion. I thought the story was absolutely freaking amazing. I've kind of fallen off Final Fantasy now because I finished it and I kind of got bored just doing the raids over and over again. So I've actually cancelled my sub. But when some more story content comes out, I will be resubbing. And from the next expansion, I don't know, a longer story, really cool new areas, and that's about it.
Cool.
Mark Tudor says, so, Call of Duty Modern Warfare is out on Friday. Are you hyped? Do you even care? Thoughts? I'm hyped.
Excited.
Yeah, we're both fucking excited. Can't wait for the cross-play. It's going to be amazing.
I got to admit, I feel like I'm going to enjoy it for the first week. And then, like previous Call of Duties, I then start seeing the flaws of it. And then I start, like, not enjoying it. And then I stop playing it.
Yeah, true.
But I'm excited nonetheless.
Yeah, fair. Craig Wilson says, how do you get through the times when you can't just be bothered to pick up a controller? I use a mouse and keyboard. No, in all seriousness, Craig, it's one of those things, you know, gaming shouldn't be a chore at the end of the day. So if you don't feel like gaming, don't game. Do something else. Go outside. Play golf. Spend time with your kids. Watch Netflix. Have sex. You know, there's lots of things you can do, and the mojo will return.
If you can't have sex, have a wank.
Yeah, you know, I think, you know, because we all go through it, right? Especially, I mean, for me, it's mainly the summer. I don't want to game. I want to be outside and playing baseball or golf or doing stuff with the lad, you know what I mean? But as soon as the nights start to draw in, that's when the gaming mojo comes back, right? So it all comes in fits and starts. And I think you just need to find, there's always that one magic game that always just pulls you back in. There always is. And I think for you, well, I don't know what games you're really into, mate, but there's quite a lot of games coming out end of this year. You know, I'm really excited for Shenmue. You know, I kickstarted that years, 2015, I think it was 2016, something like that. So yeah, I'm excited for that. Excited for COD. Cyberpunk's out in February, March time. So there's a good few games to keep us going.
See, to be honest, I was actually looking at you for that answer, because I was actually looking for an answer to this myself, because there's some days, and it's like, in fact, most days, where I'll wake up and I'll have something to eat, and then I'll pretty much just go back to sleep again. But then that's the joys of working nights.
Yeah.
But yeah, or if I am awake, chances are I'm just like watching stuff and like just literally doing nothing when I could be gaming. And
yeah.
But yeah, no, it's a good answer actually.
Yeah, I think my problem
question.
is I'm into too many games, so I always have something that I can play. So, I'm into a different variety. Like I play a lot of Magic the Gathering online. I play a lot of Baseball Manager. I play like racing games, RPGs. I play all sorts. So there's always something for the different moods, So there's always something that I can game. So I don't really get the gaming lulls that often. But in the summer, it's just I like to wind it down a bit and spend some time in the sunshine. Otherwise, I become really pasty.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, cool. So Steve Powell, welcome back, Webby. My question, biggest disappointment of this generation. Well, game wise would be Kingdom Hearts 3. Easily.
See, that's a good thing. There was something that I was saying that was actually a huge disappointment. I can't remember what it was. Let me just double check my achievement list. I'm sure it's in there.
Yeah, so Kingdom Hearts for me was a big disappointment because I've been looking forward to it for years. It came out, I pre-ordered it, got it on the day, and I just didn't enjoy it. And that makes me sad. It really does, because I love those games, man. It's a mishmash of Disney and Final Fantasy, man. Sad to see.
Okay, yeah, I can say something was a big disappointment for me, and that was Jump Force.
Oh, okay. Yeah. You're into the animes, are you?
Yeah. So like, I was expecting this to be like, because I saw the trailer, I saw the gameplay, and I was like, okay, yeah, this is gonna be actually pretty good. Played it, terrible. Deleted it.
Fair enough.
Thankfully,
mate.
that was part of the Game Pass, so I didn't have to pay a single penny for that. So, but yeah, I was genuinely disappointed with it. I thought it was shit. Tried to push you, like, in terms of the story, it tried to push something that I just wasn't into. I was like, okay, whatever. There's something about it I didn't enjoy. So yeah, Jump Force.
Okay, so Steve Powell asked another question I'm going to run through very quick. Another question. What's the one thing you would like to see delivered with the next gen? Okay, I have the perfect answer for this, Carl.
Go on.
not having to pay to play online.
Yes, that is a good fucking answer.
Yeah.
Like you don't have to pay anything online for PC. PlayStation, they've started doing it because Xbox were getting away with it for so fucking long.
Yep.
And now you got like fucking Nintendo
bang at it. Yeah, it
Yeah.
all adds up. I mean, that's why I cancelled my renewal on my PlayStation Plus subscription, because I just couldn't justify spending 50 quid a year for that. You know, the Game Pass Ultimate on Xbox and the Nintendo Online, it just becomes too much money.
I mean, I can't really say much, to be honest, because I got quite lucky during E3. I managed to get essentially 13 months of Game Pass Ultimate for free.
Nice.
Yeah, you know when they showed Halo Infinite at the end and all the codes ran up through Chief's visor. Yeah,
okay.
I kind of snagged two of those. One was a 12-month and one was a single month.
Oh, nice.
So I'm set for December 2020 next year.
Sure, pow. I run out in March, which is a shame, because I did the £1 upgrade thing, not realising that I could buy just another year of gold and then do the upgrade. Mine runs out in March.
I was about to say,
yeah.
I didn't even realise until I put the codes in. I was like, hang on a minute, why am I set until 2020? I was like, okay, fair enough.
That's nice.
But, yeah.
Okay, Arif Ramzan asks a very good question. How much extra money would you be prepared to pay for the price of a game if it means everything included and no microtransactions? I wish games were made like they did in the past before microtransactions came into the gaming business. Arif, I completely agree. I remember when you could just, in fighting games, for example, play the game to unlock the extra characters. It's unheard of these days. You got to fucking buy them.
Or get the season pass.
Yeah, I think I would, if it was a game that I really wanted, I'd probably be prepared to pay up to 80 quid for a game if it was clean with everything. I know that's me, but if it was guaranteed that everything was included, I would probably go up to that on certain games. Obviously, not all games, but yeah, I'd probably, if I bought less games, I'd definitely be prepared to pay a little bit more. But, it's an expensive hobby, isn't it?
Yeah, I think realistically, if you're paying more for a game to guarantee that it's got everything, like £55.
Yeah.
So that's probably what that'd be like $65, $70 in the US.
Okay. Well, you got to think of inflation, and you got to think, I remember buying Mega Drive and SNES games for 80 quid. So
I just think it's disgusting. Like on the say the Xbox marketplace or like the PlayStation Store, new games are automatically charged at like 50. Some of them are 55, but they've gone up now. Like a lot of them are like $59.99 for just the base game.
Yep.
I think that's disgusting. Like,
so this is why I enjoy having the option of going to CD key sale sites like cdkeys.com and get my games a lot cheaper.
See, like I know you're paying for like the convenience of having it like there and then, like you just download it and you don't have to go out. But like paying an extra tenner essentially on top, like
paying an extra tenner to not own the fucking game is ridiculous.
Yeah, exactly.
It's crazy. I know, I completely agree.
Like you would think it'd actually be less because you're not creating any plastic or like CDs or anything like that. So you would think that they would charge you less, but in fact they're charging you more. And I think it's wrong. I think it's absolutely wrong.
Yeah. I'm going to move on to the next question. Russell says, who in the fuck's name thought it would be a good idea to have two pubs called the Fox at either end of the convention centre? So when we did the meet-up, Dan said, we're going to meet at the Fox, and he put the address. But at the Excel, there's a Fox pub at one end, and there's another Fox pub at the other end. So half the people went to the wrong freaking pub. Yeah.
That's
absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah. That's stupid. Like,
okay, a few more questions. Nikki Wilson, I met Nikki. Hello. So, what's the point of game reviews now, as the NDA is after the pre-order games have been posted? And does anyone actually trust the main site reviews anymore? I don't trust them, Nicky. I don't trust them at all, mate. I usually try to go to more independent YouTube review sites if I can, and you have to remember that a review is always someone's opinion. So like in the case for Ghost Recon, for me, got slated, but I really like it, and it's the same with movie reviews as well. I never trust the reviews. In your heart what type of games you like, and watch some gameplay or whatever, and then make your decision.
I mean, taking the movie as an example, Joker, right?
Yep.
That got heavily slated by the media. Like, I think it's like reviewed at like something stupid, like 5 or 4, something like that. Meanwhile, like the user reviews are like all like 9s and 10s.
Yep.
In fact, I think it's like Rotten Tomatoes, whatever it is, Metacritic, maybe, I don't know, like 1 or 2. We'll find out. You know what I mean? Like,
yep. No, I completely agree with you, dude. Completely agree.
Yeah. Here we are.
So Nicky, that's my answer. Just trust 360 GamerCast. There you go.
Exactly.
And we will be putting up some video stuff on YouTube as well. So look out for that in the future.
Speaking of Joker, sorry, it got a Metascore of 59.
Oh. From
like outlets and like media and all that kind of stuff. User score 9.3.
There you go. Yeah. Okay, I'm just going to move on to the last question from Timothy Wayne. I'm just glad you're all back. But what did you think of Riot stepping into the competitive shooter and fighting game genre? I don't know. What's this about?
So the people who made League of Legends, they've announced for their 10-year anniversary that they're making... They haven't given them any names, but you got Project A, which is... It looks like a mixture of Overwatch and CSGO in a way. I'm really excited for that. I'm not even gonna lie.
Yeah.
Like I think it's gonna be amazing. They made a fighting game which I think they called Project L, possibly. I might be wrong. Please don't quote me on that, but that looks interesting if you're into fighting games.
Okay, yeah.
Not my cup of tea, to be honest, but still pretty exciting. They made a card game. It's like Legends of Runes something.
Oh, yeah, that card game was at EGX. It actually looked quite good, to be honest.
Yeah, like I've seen some gameplay of it. It looks really good. Again, I didn't take too much notice on that, but the shooter, I'm all in for. I really can't wait. I think it's going to topple CS:GO.
Are you a League of Legends fan? Are you?
Honestly, no. Like, I wouldn't say I'm a fan. Like, I don't watch it, I don't play it or anything like that, but I don't have any ill like feelings towards that game or that company. I think what they do is like really good. Like, because let's be real, if they weren't like good and it wasn't a successful game, we wouldn't be up there at the top of like Twitch and in terms of viewership all the time.
Yeah.
So, and you got to give them a lot of like credit for that. Like, it's pretty. Looks like it's a fun game. It's just there's so much to learn in terms of like your character builds.
I mean, the thing is, one of the reasons why I play Magic the Gathering so much is because one, it's a really good card game. I've always liked Magic the Gathering, but there's nothing really to rival it on PC. I remember buying Artifact when it came out. Remember that on Steam, made by Valve, and I actually really enjoyed it. But it got slated, and there's like no player base on it now. It's gutting. So.
The problem they had was they were charging you to play the game.
Yeah.
And then you go into the game, and then they're charging you for the actual like cards and stuff like that, like the packs.
Yeah.
And it's like, if you're gonna do a card game, you make it free to play, and you make you charge them for the packs, of course. So like, it's a card game, right? But you also give them a way to earn them. Like,
Yep. So this is how Magic the Gathering does it right, because I've not spent any money on that game, and you just can earn in-game coinage to buy card packs. Job done, right? And and I'm quite casual on it, and I've earned loads of card packs playing that game.
I mean, they even give you the option to buy into like not so much a tournament, but like it's like a different like game style, if I remember rightly. So
and you can buy seasons, like the Fortnite seasons with the the more you play, you earn the extra stuff. Rainbow Six has it as well now. Everyone's in on the show. But I mean, that's another way of doing it. You don't have to do it.
If I remember rightly from when I played the Magic the Gathering Arena, like they have an option where you pay, I think it's like 15,000 gold or something like that, and you buy into a draft. And what happens is, if I remember rightly, you either open up a bunch of packs and you get those cards, or like they show you a bunch of cards and you select cards, and those cards that you select are the cards that you take into the gameplay, like the tournament essentially, and you get to keep those cards that you pick.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, and like they always show you like a mythic in there all the time. Yeah, but then you're thinking like, is it going to get me like further in the thing or not? Because I think if I remember rightly, you get 3 losers and you're out.
Okay.
Yeah, so you lose 3 times and then you're out. But like if you win, I think it's up to 7 times. You get like a whole bunch of like card packs. You get like a bunch of coins and stuff like that.
Well, that's
cool. Worth looking into.
Yeah, I really enjoy Magic the Gathering. I think it's a lot of fun. So
yeah, I bought a bunch of cards like beginning of this year.
Oh, so you play it quite a lot. I need to add you as a friend on there, and we should have some games.
Yeah, I mean I've not played in a while to be honest with you, but like, I've got like real life cards. Like
same here. Yeah,
bought the War of the Spark. Like cool. I bought like a bunch of those, and I'm like six cards away from completing the set, which is quite nice.
Nice.
I know.
Right, dude. That's the end of the questions anyway. We need to end the show here because I've got dinner to have. I've got to
get ready for work.
Yeah, but it's been amazing to have you on, Carl. Thank you everyone for the questions. Please send questions for next week. Please send me an email to 360gamercast@gmail.com. That'd be much appreciated. Follow me on Twitter at 360gamercast. You can follow me personally at Webby317. You can join our Facebook group, which is really popular. Facebook.com/groups/360gamercast. Just search for 360gamercast. You'll be able to find it. If you want to join our Discord, I'll put a link in the show notes for that. That'd be fantastic. Visit the website 360gamercast.com. Please send me some money if you feel like it, to help pay for the show. That would be amazing. I'm not doing a Patreon this time or anything like that. Just through the site. There's a PayPal link on there. As little as much as you want. That's perfectly fine. Thank you very much for coming on, Carl. It's been amazing. So from me, Mark Webb, Gamertag, Pearson D, SteamID, Webby317.
And the former Carl 360, it's 5 large fries.
So thank you very much. Don't forget to obviously do all the stuff on the Twitters and the Facebooks and the emails, etc. And we'll see you next week for the EGX special. So thank you very much. We'll see you next week. Goodbye.
Thanks for listening to 360 GamerCast. And remember, next time the boss isn't around, join us in the forums at 360gamercast.com.